Hi, this is Esther and Brajesh again with a video on chronic pain and everything that is related. Brajesh, what is the topic of today?
Today, we're going to talk about the source of emotions or how we feel emotions.
Tell me.
So I have a couple of friends that are doctors, and I always ask them, how do emotions work? And they say they don't know. They're not sure. There's many theories on it. So what we do know from a practical perspective on how emotions work is that we feel our emotions in the body. And what I'm trying to say is that when we see something, let's say we see a lion, our mind sees the lion and makes a determination, but then it sends signals to our body. Maybe our knees start shaking, our heart rate starts going up, our breathing speeds up, our throat becomes dry. And when we start feeling these sensations in our body is when we realize that we're feeling fear. So there's a millisecond or a couple of milliseconds between seeing the lion, the neurons firing to your body, and when you start feeling the sensations is when you start feeling fear.
It's the
So it
amygdala
doesn't actually
reacting. So sorry.
get, it doesn't actually happen right away. Your body has to, your mind wants you to feel the fear, but it knows you're not going to unless it does something. So it sends signals to your body to make movements in your body. And then when you say, my breathing's going up, my throat is dry, oh my God, there's a lion, I gotta run.
It's actually the amygdala that is receiving the external information. And when it's translated, the lion is giving the fear. So you get the three reactions of freeze, fight, and flight. But you can also have emotional reactions. Those are fear-based reactions. And indeed, you feel them everywhere in the body. But you can also have emotional reactions on anything that is happening in your life. And then you get emotions, and emotions are energy in motion. Thoughts thoughts can be emotions. Emotions can be thought in your thoughts. That's energy in motion. That comes from a different part of the brain, from the limbic system. So give me some more sources of information, of sources of emotions, like where it comes from.
Yeah, and the point I wanted to make was that our brain originates the triggers and the neurons fire into our body, and then our body makes movements, trembling, shaking, breathing, blood flow to allow us to actually experience that emotion. So the experience is happening in the body, the origin is happening in the mind, whether it happens in the amygdala or a different part of the brain. So I want to help you to get pain-free, and understanding this is going to be very key for you to get pain-free. And there's a saying by one of the fathers of psychology, and he said that we don't laugh because we're happy because we laugh. Or did I say it backwards? Yeah. We don't laugh because we're happy because we laugh. So think about that. Pause the video if you want to, and see if you get what I'm trying to say.
Let's put this into practice straight away, Brajesh. Let's just laugh for a minute.
Yeah, that's. I knew you were going to say that, and I started laughing. Yeah,
So
and
now
here's
we feel happy.
yeah, and now our body is shaking. Like our chest and our breathing has changed, and all of a sudden, both Esther and I are feeling happy.
Yeah.
But it's because we felt the sensations in our body. And how this can help you to get pain free is that we help you to unrepress your emotions. And it's so simple because all you have to do is notice the emotions that are already present in your body. So if you understand this video, and the point that we're making is that all the emotions are translated to movements in the body. So we don't have to go to the mind to look for what am I feeling. We have to just go to the body and notice how we're feeling.
Yeah, can you explain, Brajesh, what the repressing of emotions does and how that is related to chronic pain?
Yeah, that's a great question, Esther. And right now, if you're watching this video, you're paying attention to us. You're not noticing yourself sitting in the chair or maybe an air condition in the room or anything else that's going on. So your focus is on this video, but your mind is 95% of your mind is somewhere else. It's doing something else. So repressed emotions are simply emotions that you're not aware of because your attention isn't on them. And at times you don't want your attention on them because they're scary. So repressed emotions is simply a way of saying that your conscious self isn't aware of 95% of what the rest of your brain is doing. Just like right now, you're only aware of watching this video and you're not aware of 100 other things that are going on around you.
Right. And how does the repressing of emotions create pain?
Oh, yeah, because part of your unconscious mind that you're not aware of is generating some kind of emotion, and it's creating a sensation in your body. And when you're not aware of it, then it generates pain in the body. And once you become aware of that emotion, the pain goes away.
But I am so aware of my emotions in many occasions.
Right. You're aware of the conscious part of the emotions that you're willing to look at. And divergent pain syndrome is what we define chronic pain as. And it stands for to divert your attention from an unbearable emotion to something physical like pain. So your unconscious mind has an emotion that it's feeling, and it wants you to acknowledge it. But because it's such a scary emotion, you may not want to acknowledge it. And so you pretend like it doesn't exist, or you're just ignoring it, or you don't want to face that aspect of your life. Then the body sends it as pain somewhere to try to protect you.
So, okay, Bridget, for the viewers, what's an unbearable emotion?
That's a very good question. It's something usually significant related to a family matter, a financial matter, a loss, or a death, and something that you don't have any control over. And when you don't have a control over something that happened to you, then you can either choose to feel that emotion or you can choose to numb yourself. And that's what I did when I got into pain. I had a huge financial loss and I numbed myself, and that's when my pain started. And it was an unbearable emotion to actually acknowledge how furious I was at losing that money and how stupid I was to actually realize that it was a stupid thing that I did. So by facing that emotion, it was unbearable. So I would rather just numb myself and not be aware of it. So that's an example of an unbearable emotion.
Is being furious often an emotion that is being repressed?
Yes, the many of the emotions are repressed, and the one that's the least socially acceptable emotion is anger and rage. So what we found in helping people to get better is that most of the time it's anger and rage that's repressed. It doesn't necessarily have to be all the time. It's just that that's the least socially acceptable one. So that's the one that gets buried the most.
Okay, for the viewers, but we need social behavior, no? We cannot always show those type of emotions.
Right. Great question, Esther. And so I come back to the beginning of the video where I said that the brain sends messages to the body and the body feels those emotions. So all you have to do is acknowledge those emotions that you're feeling in your body. You don't actually have to act them out. You could say, oh, I'm feeling sadness. I'm feeling anxiety. I'm feeling rage. Sometimes the throat chokes up, or you get a pressure on the chest and you know that you're feeling rage. And so you don't actually have to act it out. You just have to notice the sensations in your body and say it out loud. You could just say, I'm feeling rage. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't have to take any action. You don't have to call somebody. You don't have to confront anyone. You simply have to notice the sensations that are happening in your body and label them. And at that point, your pain will start dropping and can go away in a few days.
Wow. So emotions are the key.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, hope this information in the video was useful to you. And we will, so the sources of emotions. And in the next video, we will come up with some other interesting information. Right, Brajesh?
Yeah, right. And leave feedback on what you thought of this video. Reach out to us if you have any questions. And we want to help you to get pain-free. So we wish you a pain-free life.
Yes, and it is, although it seems impossible after so many years of suffering, it's what we see every day. It is possible if you are ready to look at your emotions.
Great.
All right. Bye.
Bye.